we are at Crater Lake National Park. If I point the camera that way, it gets kind of weird. So it's a 2.2 mile walk down to the bottom of that and back up. This is day 7 of our trip, and we gotta make it back to Utah tonight. It's gonna be a 12-hour drive. The plan was to get here late in the afternoon yesterday and then check this all out and then drive till about 11 o'clock last night and then get up today and then drive the rest of the way back home. But we just take too long at places. Unfortunately, the sun's not up high enough yet. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning right now. The sun's not up high enough to shine in the water to make it look really crystal clear blue like it's supposed to. It doesn't look like the pictures, but we'll probably be gone by the time the sun gets up. But that's what happens when you poke around like we do. But still, it's really cool. So this was caused by a volcano, and you can't tell, but that's a little island right there, and that's the cinder cone. So I don't know if this was like a hollow area and then it collapsed, but it's super deep. They don't allow kayaking, canoeing, or you can go swimming in there, but you can't wear life jackets. They don't want anything in the water. Crater Lake, there's a road that goes around it. It's like 30 miles, and then there's pull-offs like probably average every 2 miles. Some are big, where like this is the visitor center, so this is very large. Others can hold maybe 20-30 cars. Probably helps keep the whole thing from getting super crowded. There's a mountain peak way out there. I think that's called Diamond Peak. I don't know if it is or not. I just kind of made that up. So we're here early. We got here about 7. It's about 8 o'clock now. We can't spend too much time here because we need to get going home, sadly. There's only a couple of places where you can actually walk down to the water because it's so steep down there. One is like almost directly across, right over there somewhere. We were over there, but it's a 2.2 miles. I don't know if that's just down or down and up. It's still snow around here. You can see snow over there. So this is August. This must be close to August 15th or something. And then, yeah, there's still snow here. So it's weird. 2 days ago, it was 95 degrees and humid, sweating to death. And then today it's about 55 degrees, and I'm freezing because I didn't bring a jacket or anything. So I got shorts and a t-shirt on. But I'll survive because I'm tough like that. Well, it's hard to... Here. So it's kind of cloudy this morning, but I think it's going to clear up. I wish it was clear now because the water is like aqua blue, but it doesn't look that way right now. So the other thing I was going to mention, the Pacific Crest Trail that goes from Mexico to Canada runs right through here. In fact, it's just to the left. It runs along that rim over there, hugs the lake, then it branches off and keeps going north. Here's a tourist now. So Jody spent all morning getting her hair fixed up.
No, I didn't.
We go on vacations.
All morning.
We go on vacations. I tell people, I say you'll never see these people ever again. So you can just look however you look. But then I take pictures of her. So okay, we're still at Crater Lake National Park, and these things down here are called Pinnacles. These pointy, rocky looking things. Apparently, the way they're made is that the volcanic gases escaped up through the vents, and as the smoke and steam came up, mineral deposits build up around it, the moisture and the minerals and stuff, and then it built these big, long, tall columns, almost like chimneys. I assume they had holes in the tops of them or sides of them where obviously the top where they kept going up and build themselves up. So they're thousands of years old. I think they said 7,000 years ago, Crater Lake was created. The lake itself wasn't a crater. It was like a mountain. It was mounded, and then it was filled with like vent holes and lava tubes and all kinds of things. And then it collapsed. And then when it collapsed, it went hundreds of feet deep, and then it fills up with water from the snow melt, because they get like I don't know, like 10, 20, 30 feet of snow up here or something every year. So yeah, so these are cool, these pinnacle things where the volcanic gases escape. So, and then there's more over here. There's one right down below me, and then there's some over here. So this might be the last stop of our official vacation, Crater Lake here. It's about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. We've been here for about 2 to 3 hours. There's things we could have hiked to and done. Got to take that rental car back. Running it for a week. It's got to be back tomorrow. And I think we're like 14 hours away from Pleasant Grove. So we're going to be driving until midnight to get back. And I got to work tomorrow. I was supposed to work today, but I had to squeeze an extra day out of there. So, alright. That's it. It's recording.
Alright.
So, usually I make my videos of interesting things. So we are in south part of Oregon and getting close to Nevada, the northern Nevada border, and this is what it looks like. So we were driving earlier. Apparently I was swerving over the road. So a cop pulls us over. We go past 2 cops. The second one pulls us over, whips around, chases down, puts on his flashers. He comes up to the car. Goes, you know what? I pulled you over. And then, like me, I'm supposed to say, I have no idea, officer. Jody's like, for speeding?
I didn't say speeding. He said, you know why I pulled you over? I pulled you over because you went over the fog line about 4 or 5 times.
I'm not sure what a fog line is.
I think it's the white line on the edge of the road. And that's when I said, oh, I thought it was because we were driving too fast, maybe, because there's no speed limit signs on this road.
So we were going 70. I think the speed limit might have been 65, but catching up with this camper guy. So apparently the road takes a right up here. Whenever we approach mountains, I'm trying to figure out like how we're gonna get over or through that mountain. This one here looks like it goes up at an angle up here to the right to the top of the mountain. So yeah, so if you're wondering what Oregon looks like,
well, this part of Oregon, this is the desert part of Oregon.
Yeah, so this
not
is
the
like,
lush green part of Oregon.
Yeah, like we're almost to Nevada, so we're about 100 miles north of Winnemucca. If you know where Winnemucca, Nevada's at, well, that's where we're at. Chances are you don't know where Winnemucca, Nevada's at.
Sorry for a dirty windshield.
Yeah, it's a rental car, so they can wash it themselves. Alright.
Alright, 2:25. Time to hang up.
Time to hang up.
See ya.
We're in Nevada.
Supposedly they have video surveillance here.
I don't see any video cam. The only video I see is me. There may be rattlesnakes in this area.
They're probably in the toilet.
Rattlesnakes are active night during the summer. We'll only seek out shady places during the heat of the day. So we crossed the Nevada border a little bit ways back. So we're like, it's well, we saw a sign that said no gasoline or services for 100 miles. So we're in between somewhere in Oregon where we got pulled over by a cop, and then in Nevada there's one tree in the last 50 miles, and by gosh, I'm parked underneath of it. We're like the most remote spot we could possibly find. So we just saw some other people from Utah here at this rest stop. I was talking to them. They were also at Crater Lake National Park this morning. There's no good way to go from Crater Lake to like Salt Lake City, Utah. There's no good way at all. I think so. I got about another 100 miles till we get to Interstate 80. So that's it.